Hello, welcome to another episode of Good Art, Bad Art with me, Greg Harradine. And on this episode, I'll be discussing the song 50 Words for Snow by Kate Bush. This is from her 10th studio album. 10th studio album out in 2011. I'll just be discussing the song, not the album as a whole. This was suggested by David, who said, I'll read what David said. He said, "The reason I'm recommending it is because I think the question of good/bad art becomes interesting with a song like this. I can understand how some people might be dismissive of it. It's Stephen Fry listing 50 mostly made-up words for snow, with occasional interjections from Kate Bush berating him to, 'Come on, man.' Is this a piece of frivolous silliness, or is it good art? I'd be interested to hear your thoughts." And it is a fascinating suggestion, David. Thank you. I will share my thoughts of the song, and I have an opinion on whether it's good or bad art. Please send in more suggestions for future videos. You can even send me a short video of yourself suggesting something. If you look in the video description, you can upload your video to a folder there, or you could go to my website and email me a video as well. It'd be great to see you and hear you say what you'd like me to cover and why. Anyway, so this song, I wasn't familiar with it, I must say, until recently. And this is the second time I've looked at a Kate Bush song. I've covered Cloud Bursting as well, which you could watch that video if you like. I'll put a link up here. Interesting that both the songs I'm covering by Kate Bush are about weather. I don't know if she had a preoccupation with weather or if that's just what I've ended up covering. But yes, 50 Words for Snow. It's about this sort of myth, really, that, people who live in very cold places, for example, Eskimos, the famous example is Eskimos have 50 words for snow. Well, it's not quite true, but there is a kernel of truth there, which is, of course, people who live in cold climates have more words for different types of snow than, say, we might here in the UK. And this song is, as David has said in his comment, it's Stephen Fry listing 50 words for snow. And these words are incredible. Kate Bush, I guess, spent quite a long time assembling these words. Some are real words, but some she's made up, both from English and from other languages. We'll get into some of these words soon. Musically, it's a long song, I should say. It's over 8 minutes. That's pretty long. Musically, it's in G sharp minor, and it's quite stationary. Yeah. We have the music's quite hypnotic. We have a nice, slightly funky, I would say, drum beat and bass line, just creating this hypnotic mood. Yeah, some keyboards, some guitar, G sharp minor, and there aren't many chords in it at all. It mostly stays in G sharp minor. Sometimes it moves to E, but it's, like I said, it's hypnotic. It's like snow. It's like watching snowfall or walking through a snowy landscape. There's something magical and otherworldly about snow, and I think it is captured quite well in the music. One thing I don't like, a tiny thing, is the song starts and ends with this quite lame kind of sound of wind, like a shh. I think we didn't need that, really. We can let the music and the words do the talking without this rubbish pretend wind sample. That's just me. Tiny little thing. But other than that, is it good art or bad art? Is it art at all? I think it is art. I think it's pretty good art because someone like Kate Bush, she's doing this in a really creative and interesting way with a lot of sincerity. It's not a frivolous thing, I don't think. She's put a lot of time into these words. Let me read some of these words for snow that she's come up with. Let's see. Ida Falls. Nice. Hunter's Dream. Yeah. What else have we got? Mountain Sob. Ankle Breaker. Psycho Hail. I love that one. Melto Blast. Shovel Crusted. Whirlissimo. Anyway, Stephen Fry reads these out, and she chose Stephen Fry because she said he has a great voice, of course, but also he has a gravitas about him. And he reads these words out, and she, Kate Bush, says the numbers. So she says 1, and then he says drifting, and so on, till we get to 50, snow. We finally hear the word snow. And then there's a kind of chorus where Kate Bush sings, come on, man, you've got 44 to go. Come on, Joe, you've got 32 to go. Stephen Fry's labelled on the album, he's labelled as, what is it, Professor Joseph Yupik, apparently. That's just a little joke. There's a culture called the Yupik people in Alaska and Siberia. So there you go. Now, I think there's a link here to one of my favourite authors, James Joyce. Now, I'm not saying this for the hell of it. James Joyce, first of all, was a fan of portmanteau words. He loved to take two words, shove them together, concatenate them to create new words. Like, what's that quote? The heaven tree of stars hung with humid night blue fruit. So heaven tree, he's put that as one word, and night blue, boom, he's put that as one word. Kate Bush is doing this a lot here in her words for snow. If you look at the list or you listen to it, boom, she's pushing words together into new words. Mountain sob, one word. What else? Let's find another one. Psycho hail, one word. Yeah. Also, an obsession with a type of weather like snow, and she's creating this huge list of words about snow. Joyce did this in his thunder words in Finnegan's Wake. He came up with 10 100-letter words for thunder, and these are insane. He took words for thunder from all different cultures, shoved them in, created these massive thunder words. And it's not just a coincidence, this Joyce reference. Kate Bush loved James Joyce. You might know that the Molly Bloom's soliloquy from the end of Ulysses, she was deeply, deeply inspired by that in the sensual world. So there we go. Yes, I think this is art to me. Okay, it's not world-changing, life-changing art. You know, I wouldn't put this in my sort of top 10 songs. But it's great. I really do like it, and I would listen to it again. I would many times. I would. I mean, Kate Bush. She can kind of get away with anything, can't she? She is fantastic. Let me know what I should cover next, please. I should tell you what my score is for this track. So it's good. 78. Yeah, good. Not absolutely first class, but it's decent and it is art in my book. What do you think? Please let me know. Please do subscribe. I'm on a mission to get to 3,000 subscribers. Maybe you can help me get there. And I appreciate you watching. Tune in next time for another video. Goodbye for now.